Hello crafters and welcome to this week's Creative Expressions treasure chest event that we've got for you once again. I'm James. If you've not met me before, I'm part of the demonstration team here at Creative Expressions, and I get the really fun job of putting together some amazing bundles for you every week in our treasure chest event. And we've got a cracking deal. As always, if you've seen me before, you know the offers are amazing, and the discount that I've got for you here this evening is a 65%, actually slightly over 65% off. So it's an amazing deal once again for all of you. Now, it's only whilst stocks last, as you remember, and also all the links to the website are down below in the feed there. And if you've got any questions or comments you want to leave, then please do jot those below, and then I'll come back and have a look at those later on, or one of the Creative Expression team will as well. So we are going out live, so we are following all your comments live, so you can leave your questions, and we'll do our best to get back in touch with you as we go along. Now, without further ado, let's have a little look to see what I've got inside this week's treasure chest event for you. And this is what we've got here. Got a great collection of dies, stamps, papers, and Cosmic Shimmer. Now, all of these bits and pieces that you're seeing here in front of you come to an RRP of £61.48. That's £61.48 for two die sets, which we'll look at a moment. We've got an amazing paper pad here, 8x8 paper pad. It's 32 sheets there, clear stamp set, and two Cosmic Shimmer Pixie sparkles as well. All designed by Rodgers right the way across this range. It's a great collection to really get started with your canvas dies and also your Teabag folding collection dies as well. So the offer, I've already given you an idea of how much is going to drop off of this price. The offer is just $19.99, and like I said, they offer the links below straight to the Creative Expressions website, where you can purchase yours right the way until the stocks last. So don't miss out. Go and have a little look at that, and don't forget, you can always come back and catch me up on this on a catch up across any of the social media channels. So $19.99 for the offer. Let's have a look, see what we've got. I'm going to start with, let's start with a Teabag folding die, actually. So you get two dies here, and this is a great set with instructions inside showing you how to do the basic fold, and then three other slightly more involved folds. Still very simple to do, very straightforward. And I'll actually take you through one of these folds in a moment, the basic fold, which is kind of the main one. And you've got two different size dies there to create these absolutely fabulous rosettes. Originally Teabag folding from like Teabag papers would have been from many years ago, but now we've got the luxury of being able to cut out our own shapes to then actually make those folds, and I will show you that. Now the stamp set here, it's got 6 stamps in total. You've got 3 sentiments, and you've also got 3 matching dies that line up absolutely perfectly with these two die sets here. So that in its own creates a really nice little set that you've got in today's treasure chest. But that's not everything. If you want the papers as well to stamp onto, or maybe just to actually die cut these out with the Teabag folding, then you've got these. They're absolutely perfect. There are 120 GSM, 32 different sheets in 4 different colorways, and each of those colorways have got slightly different hues and slightly different contrast, so you get a really, really nice mix of papers. Now, they're all single-sided, so they're absolutely brilliant for this, for your Teabag folding. So you can take 2 or 3 different contrasting colors and make up some really nice large rosettes following the instructions inside the die packaging. And as well as all of that, you also get another die, and this is from the canvas collection. This is the large square. Now, this is a really great worker die. It's a sort of die you're going to go back to time and time again. Now, you've got 6 dies in total, I believe it is, yeah, with a sentiment for love. You've also got 4 different square frames, and then you've got the main star of the show, if you like, here, which is our square canvas die. And this is what makes up the box sections like you see here. So you can both make a traditional canvas, little mini canvas, and also a framed box like that to pop your stamped images in, or maybe to pop even the rosette over the top, which would look great. Now, the 2 Pixie sparkles, I'll come back in a little while. We'll have a little play with those. These are 2 different colors. We've got the Fuchsia Rose and we've got Flirty Sky. These are great fun to work with. They're brilliant to go over the top of your cardstock to make your own backing papers, and also to turn around and use your papers then with your Teabag folding dough, or maybe with your canvas. They're absolutely brilliant for that. So I'll have a look at that in a few moments. Now I just want to show you a couple of ideas that we've got here. So this is some from our archive here that we've got of various cards that have been done by the design team. This is actually using the canvas die here. So it just shows just taking a really nice stamp and framing it makes such a difference, being able to put it on a canvas, and it just raises it off just that few mil, sort of about 5 or 6 mil. That's all. It's just the thickness. It doesn't make a massive, just that thickness there, about 5 mil, half a centimetre. It just gives it that little nice finishing touch. Likewise here, placing it in the centre of your card is a really nice feature piece, or maybe turning around and creating a frame and setting something inside. You could do a series of these maybe in a set and actually frame them and pop them on your walls, little memory boxes. Now going on to the Teabag folding, this is the sort of magnificent medallions that you can create. So all octagonal shapes, and they really do make a fantastic centerpiece to your card design. And there in the center, you can turn around and place a really nice button, a ribbon, a gem, any kind of embellishments you've got in your stash. These are absolutely ideal to feature in the center of all these Teabag folded creations that you can make. So this is just using this one die set, using various different folds, either going ahead and using 4 or maybe 8 and putting them together to make some really nice what look to be very complex shapes, but actually very, very simple when you follow through the basic folds. And also, you don't have to create the complete rosette. You could just use one simple fold there, do that twice, and you've got a brilliant set of butterfly wings. You could do 2 of the smaller ones and then use those on a nice DL card. You could put them on a landscape DL card like that, or you could turn around and use the larger ones as well there, and again finish them off in the center. So just a few ideas to give you an idea of what you can do with those 2 die sets and the stamps there that we've got included, and not forgetting the paper pad as well. Now let me just pop these to one side, because what I will do is just have a little look at the Cosmic Shimmer that is included, because these are absolutely superb. You'll know that I love my Cosmic Shimmer. You always see me work with it and play with it on here, where if you've seen me before, and I just absolutely adore the Pixie range of products. You get Pixie bursts, you get the Pixie sparkles, and you can also get the Pixie powders. And the Pixie sparkles that we've got here for you today, if you like, they're the most shimmery, they're the most mica based products that you can get from our Pixie range. So they are absolutely loaded with larger grains of mica. It's difficult to see, absolutely full, these pots inside. This is the Fuchsia Rose, and this is the Flirty Sky. And these little labels here on the front give you some idea of what you're going to get. But I'm going to have a little look with the Fuchsia Rose, I think, to start with, and I'll show you how you work these. So I've just got a little bit of square of paper, and I'm just going to give that a spritz of water before we actually work it up at all, because I just want to stop it curling, because what you want to do is keep your card wet. Now, what you can also do, if it helps, and I will bring it in for quickness of tidying up, is just bring in a tray and a baking tray, something like that, sheet, just to capture any of the water. I've done it this both ways, it depends how I want to work, but it just means that I can clear this away a little bit quicker afterwards. So what I'm doing there with the water, I'm spraying it on both sides. It's going to stop that card curling when it gets wet, because wet on both sides can lay nice and flat onto my baking tray that you can see there. So we're now going to go in with the Fuchsia Rose. Now these just come off the clear top on the top like that, and a really nice little nozzle to work with. And then all you need to do is tap it upside, turn it upside down, give it a little tap, and then the product you can see there instantly coming out. Now, because our card is already pretty wet, or fairly wet from the spraying, you can see we're starting to get the magic. If you've not seen these Pixie products before, the Pixie Sparkles, as I said, they're absolutely laden with mica powder, and they look terrific. Now, I'm going to give that a spritz of water, just normal tap water, nothing different at all. And you can see all these areas of dry powder. You watch how this now wicks out. It's absolutely magic as I start to get this a little bit wetter. And I can go in there, and I'm going to apply a little bit more powder. There's magic. So in here, loads and loads of different dye pigments which make up this sort of fuchsia rose color, but in there are a load of micas, and it's not just a normal silver mica. The micas themselves are actually completely colored as well, in this case a fuchsia range. I'll tell you what, let's go in with the Flirty Sky, add a bit of color as well. So you can mix these. So the great thing with the treasure chest bundle is we've got 2 of these included, so you can create some really different backgrounds. And that's the idea with these. It's using them to create background papers, background cardstock. Go with a little bit more water. I'm going to leave it at that. Now, this is the idea of keeping that card flat, because what you don't want to do is cause it to really run. You can do that. You can kind of create all sorts of different techniques, but by leaving it like that and letting it dry naturally, don't let it don't force dry it with a heat gun, because you will blow it around. Let it dry for about an hour. It depends on how wet it is and how hot you've got it in the room, but that will then dry off really, really nicely. But if I just show you, if I move that around, you can see there the amount of water that I've got. It's not too much. It's just a couple of areas where it is pooling as well. So I'm going to pop that to one side just for quickness, because that then saves cleaning that up. And I will just make sure there's nothing else on the craft sheet before we move on. And I'll just show you how that's going to look when it's dry, because when that's dry, the mica really comes to the surface. Now you can see here, this is just a sample that I've done, fuchsia rose. Can you see all that fantastic mica? It's a combination of that sort of fuchsia, pink and red, as well as a little bit of silver in there as well. And then you've got all those dyes. So this is completely flat, completely dry. And this is what you can undo. You can die cut with this. You can stamp over the top. The Flirty Sky on its own, it's got like a platinum and pearl kind of mica in there. You can see that shimmer, but then you've also got this stunning sky blues and sort of baby pinks and pearl white colors in amongst it. And then mixing the two together, like we just done, you're going to get, you're going to get something that looks like that. You know, the two colors together. So just using those 2 pots that we've got there, you've got use them on their own, use them together, and then the amount of product that you use obviously will make a difference as well. Now, going over the top of this, what I've done here is I've actually gone ahead and just stamped over the top using some black ink, using one of the clear stamps from the Teabag octagonal folding stamp set that we've got in the treasure chest. So that's all included in this offer for just $19.99. And that will then give you the stamped image that you can then die cut out. If I go in with the die cut, I'll just show you here how this works. So this is for the larger one. You've got 2 different sizes for 2 different size stamps. Got the larger die here, and all you actually need to do, that black line is on from the stamped image, is just a guide to help you line up your item just like that there. So if I now just take a little bit of low tack stencil tape just to hold that into position, we will just run this through, because that black line is there just to like a registration mark, just so you can know exactly where you need to cut that out. And I'll just run that through my machine very, very quickly, and then we get that stamped image from the Teabag collection done, and then I'll show you how that works. Now, also, you can use the papers that are included as well from the Tranquil Garden paper pack. But that is what that looks like when that is all cut out. You've got these great, now if I show you, because this is a card rather than paper, it just helps, I think you'll probably see there, the crease marks that have been put in automatically by that die. So what that means is I can go in and actually fold this quite easily in half, like so. Use my bone folder, and now if I was doing Teabag folding, I would use thinner papers. This is a cardstock that I've used. I'm just showing you the basic technique of what you would actually do. So you would do 2 folds to start with, which is a fold left to right, and then turn it around and then do the same. Or if you like, you do a fold left and right, and then top and bottom. That's all you need to do to start putting your folds in. I'll get a little bit of paper from the paper pack and just show you how that will actually look and work. Because then you want to use sort of paper, it's about 120, 150 GSM, which is exactly what this Tranquil Garden paper pad is. So I've just got a plain piece of paper just to help show you those crease lines. Hopefully they're coming out there. There we go. You can see that sort of compass pattern that you've got built into the die. So they're crease lines that are put in by the die itself. And if I actually bring in the die packaging, because this is what you can do then at home when you get your package at home. So like I said, this is an offer of $19.99. It's over 65% off on this bundle. We're just going to follow through this basic fold here. So I'm going to get my bone folder and also turn around and get my paper, and we'll just talk you through how this works. So again, first fold top to bottom, fold it in half, and you just got, all you want to do is give your paper a little bit, if you like, of of memory at this point, but you do want to burnish those folds in, because the more you burnish them in, the better the end result will be for this. And all I'm going to do is just show you one basic fold and then explain the concept that we've got. So that's our fold left to right and also top to bottom, dead simple. So we just got that across the middle. And then all we want to do is to bring together these two corners that we've just folded. So that's our two heel folds that we've got. We'll bring those together like that. And we're going to do the same like that on that side. And then we've created this little triangle heart type shape that we've got there. So we're just working our way through these folds here. I've already got to this step here, step 6. So this is using a slightly different shape die, but it's exactly the same concept. So what you've got is a fold that looks like that. And in effect, you've got the very classic beginnings of one sort of triangle over the top of another. Now we're not going to stop there. What you then do to finish a basic fold off is you actually lift this piece here and you fold it into that center line there. Again, burnish that fold down, get it nice and tight. And that's the real secret with all of these Teabag folders, is do use a bone folder. Don't think that that crease is going to hold. Because you're working with papers, it will feel like it's working quite nicely, but it's just nice because it will keep it nice and flat. So can you see that is our basic fold number 1. And if you wanted to follow that through onto the basic fold number 2 or 3 or 4, you'll see that they all refer right back to this very beginnings of the most basic fold that you've got here. So for example, if I just undo that slightly, open that back up, fold 2 is just a case of folding those triangles inwards rather than outwards. And then we get a slightly different finish in the middle, where we've actually got like a concertina effect then coming in. So it just adds a little bit more interest, and then you can start doing things like folding your corners down inside like so. Again, burnishing that off, so you get a really nice finish. And it's, I always look at it as like it's not origami in the truest sense, but it is Teabag folding, that's what it's called. But I just think it's a nice way of working with papers, doing something that's not overly complicated, but creates some really fascinating, simple designs. And the die and the stamp, and I've just used the die here, but if you can imagine bringing into play your Pixie powders with your stamps on papers, you get some fantastic designs that we've got here. So this is just using the basic one color paper just to help show you and explain what I've done for that. Now I do the butterfly wings that we saw at the beginning. If I just bring back in that sample card that we saw, you can see here, all that is just using two of these designs. And there's various different ways you can fold these. If I fold those triangles back out again, I could have opened these up, leave that flat like that, and then I could turn around and actually lift those center pieces, slightly different fold again, completely. There's no right or wrong with this, but if I wanted to create a butterfly wing, I may want to do it something like that. And you almost get a slightly different raised area altogether. Goes nice and flat for posting, but at the same time, you've got the ability to raise those up and create a bit of dimension. So a couple of those formed either side. If I bring in another one, you can kind of see, it's one I've done earlier in a slightly different color, but how those then start to form up. And what you would actually do to make your rosette, if I put that to one side, you do 4 of these in its entirety. If I fold those up like so, we go back to our very basic fold number 1 that we did at the beginning, like so. I would actually stick 4 of these together, and you can see how that's going to start to form with 2 more, a nice central rosette right the way around. Once you've done that, you've then got the ability, if you wanted to add in even more of these at a later stage, and you can actually slide those inside like that, and then that's where you get another 4 in, and you would have 8. And that's exactly what's being done here. You've got the 4 original lighter colors and then slotted in of the 4 original darker colors. Now, there are loads of instructions inside about how to put these together. And I know also on the Creative Expressions YouTube channel, if that's where you're watching at the moment, there's loads of more inspiration using this exact die and stamp set. So when you've got these home, you can really go to town lots of different ways. But let me bring back in everything that we've got on this evening's show for you. So we have got that craft die set from the Teabag folding, and we've also got the magnificent, we don't want to forget that, the 2 Cosmic Shimmers, which just pop those little swatches there just to give you a reminder of what those do, how they look. So they do look absolutely super. We've got the clear stamp set as well. It's got 6 stamps on that selection. I'm just going to bring in, pop that one down there. So that's included in the treasure chest event that we've got on for you for today. We've also got this amazing paper pad, and it is absolutely perfectly designed for teabag folding. It's exactly the right weight, as I said, for teabag folding, 120 GSM. So that's included as well. And then we've even got a really nice canvas die that we can use on all of our cards or projects around the home to create a really nice framed mini canvas on our projects as well. So all of this here, £61.48. £61.48 is the RRP for everything that you've got here in the treasure chest today. And the offer, don't forget, is just £19.99, and that is available in all the links below for all of the bits and pieces here. It takes you straight to our website, and then you'll be able to grab the offer whilst stocks last. So don't miss out. Go and have a look. Come back. You can rewatch this with me just to remind yourselves what to do with the Pixie sparkles and also the die sets and everything that's involved and included in that. Do use our other YouTube channels for inspiration. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification bell as well, and then you'll know every time that I'm coming out to you live. But until next time, thank you very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all very soon.